Hello, and welcome to the Pretty Good Podcast. I'm a host, Max Knudson. That's another host, Samson Large, and we're joined with gingerbread box, biscotti, bitch, hold on, Linzer labia, wait, I wrote this down in a thesaurus, one second, red velvet vulva, no, fortune cookie fupa, snickerdoodle snack, no, sorry, macaroon muff, no, chocolate chip vagina, thin mint twat, that's bad, Oreo cunt, CookiePuss. There we go. How are you?
I'm great. After that introduction, holy shit. I can go home now. Wow, I need to change my name.
Yeah. What's up?
I'm just digesting how did you come up with, how long did that take you to come up with all those amazing names?
3 days.
3 days.
Non-stop. Locked myself in my room.
That was a
just had a big sign that said CookiePuss in front of me, and just like
just vision boarding it.
Yeah.
Wow. An image of a cookie and then an image of a vagina. And you're like, all right, how can I
pull that just a little closer?
Sorry, everyone.
No, you're good.
Can you hear
me? We can always turn it up a little bit. But I realized I had heard your name a bunch, and I was racking my brain. I was like, I feel like I've seen you perform. And then I realized where I saw you, and I was hoping you could give me some context to this show and a hint to where I saw you. With arms wide open.
Oh my God. So I'm assuming this was the Dr. Pill show at the Balcony Club. Yeah. So Vice Squiggly Bones is a drag producer here, and she's completely, can I swear?
Yeah.
She's completely fucking insane. She's nuts. And she asked me to be in this Dr. Pill show. It's like Dr. Phil, but like,
okay,
I guess fucked up, more fucked up. And so my character for the show was like a 17-year-old, or I should say 18-year-old, pregnant lady that was also like, you know, a smoker. And she had a drink in her hand, and she sang Creed with arms wide open.
A little baby.
Yeah.
A little baby.
To her little baby. Yeah. It was a sweet, she serenaded her unborn child, and that was my character. So yeah, I'm surprised that was your first time. That's a really it's a hard one to walk into for a CookiePuss show, I would say.
It was
great.
It was my friend got tickets, and like her friend bailed or something and was like, anyone want to go with me? I was like, yeah, I like drag shows, sure. And Dr. Phil is getting kind of trendy.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I went.
So what'd you think of it?
It was a lot of fun. I was hoping that the Dr. Phil Pill person would like do the voice a little bit.
I know.
But other than that, it was really funny, really entertaining.
Yeah, that was Vice. She just does whatever she wants. So yeah. Oh, is that a tip? Hey, I got a tip.
Oh my God.
I'll take that to the bank, baby. All right, thank you. Wow. I didn't know I was gonna get money.
I just never had the chance at the thing. And, we had to leave right after the whole thing.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, that was a really fun show.
It was.
I had only been to your traditional drag show where it's the songs play, someone runs up and dances on you, you give them money. But I never went to where your brains were part of it too.
Yeah,
like an interview.
Oh, Vice is very cerebral. Yeah, so she likes to make shit different, and I'm kind of like that too. Like, let's do like something, not like you said, a standard like shake your ass, get money, whatever. I like to make shit weird too. So yeah, anytime I can do that, I'm fully invested. That was a fun show.
How long have you been doing drag?
I have been doing drag officially. I started in March of 2020 in my fucking studio apartment during the pandemic. It was like literally. So I think that March 15th was like the day that everything kind of shut down. Mm-hmm. And then the first time I got into drag officially was like March 17th or something. Because I just got like super trashed in my apartment. Was like, what the fuck am I going to do? The world is ending. So I obviously the next step is to get in full drag. Yeah, as one does. And it took me like 4 hours, and I was like completely hammered by the end of it. And the results are horrifying. But that was it. I started doing that, and then I got to do this thing called the Virgin Show, which was like the first time that they did it. Was literally supposed to be when the pandemic hit. So we did it in October of that year, but we could only have an audience of like 14 people or something. Everyone had to be like socially distanced. We had to wear like masks until we got on stage. So that was like my first time performing on a stage, and it was really crazy. And like the stage was like the size of this table, basically. Couldn't get off, yeah.
Did the name couldn't get off? Did the name CookiePuss come from that drunken stupor in your apartment, or
no? It was actually evolve? It was after that. So during that, when I was doing that shit in my apartment, my official drag name was Jenna Baby. Which have you ever seen 30 Rock?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Jenna, her character has these little like weird dolls called Jenna Babies that she's like selling.
Oh yeah.
When like when the show's about to get canceled, and that for me, I don't know why, that was like what I thought I was. And then CookiePuss came actually from, there's this like old cake company called Carvel Cakes from like the 80s. Okay. And they had this character that they like drew on their cakes, and the name was CookiePuss. Oh. And it's this like ugly looking face. Then I was like, that's me. Yeah, so that's where it came from.
Did you get the cookie tattoo after or before?
Yeah, I got this after. I actually like won a comedy competition in Boise called Boise's Sixth Funniest Drag Person. It was this bullshit title, but I won it. Sixth funniest. Yeah. So Big Gay Payson is a local. He's like a comedian, a host for a lot of drag shows, and it was his show because he was, I guess, named like the sixth funniest person in Boise like a couple of years ago. Something like that. So he wanted to pass the baton, and I caught it. So after that, I like won money towards a tattoo, and that's where I got it.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Did like first through fifth place, were they just pissed?
Yeah, like... everyone was pissed. By the end of it, everyone was like trying to quit. So I outlasted everyone.
How many people total were in that?
I think it was 6. So the joke is like, I was the sixth funniest, but I won. Yeah.
Roger that. Since like you've started versus like, let's say the first year you were doing drag versus now, what's like something you wish you did differently that first year?
The first year,
I guess when you're starting.
Yeah, when I'm starting. Like after I kind of was allowed to like perform in public, after like the pandemic kind of eased, I think I wish I would have like prepared myself more for what drag is. I think that I was sort of under the impression that it was like, it's funny, it's campy, you can be whoever you want, but there's more preparation involved. Like you have to be willing to at least somewhat learn how to do your own costuming, how to do your own wigs. I had no experience doing anything like that. Like I got into it because I wanted to be an actor at one point, and that never happened. And so I was like, what can I do that could be similar? All my friends were doing drag at the time, and I'm like, this seems like it could be something like that. But I didn't prepare myself at all for like the other side of it, which is like
the production.
Yeah, the production of it. And a drag queen, you are your own director, your own producer, your own like stagehand. You're, doing all the costuming. You do everything yourself, or you source it yourself. And so I wasn't prepared for how much work it is. I just wanted to like fuck around on stage. So
I remember I got in kind of an argument with somebody about, it was during the like drag queens going to read books to kids or whatever.
Sure.
And I remember we looked up like just the dictionary definition of what drag is, and it's just simply put like a exaggerated like feature basically on you. And so like we came to the conclusion that like, I don't know, like The Rock is doing drag.
I mean, listen, RuPaul says everybody's doing drag. You're doing some kind of drag. Like right now I'm doing like straight guy drag, I would say, just because I came from work. But everything is drag. Yeah, so that's it. The Rock is definitely doing drag. Oh, another $1. Hey, honey, I'm keeping this one too. I'm going to buy me a soda. No, The Rock is definitely doing drag. I mean, even aside from that, he's like always got a full face of makeup on.
Oh,
he's full beat. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just like, I don't know, we just kind of came to the conclusion that, yeah, everyone kind of does it, and some people just don't like the, I guess, the most expressive version of it, but it's like, it's everything.
It's everyone.
It's crazy to me that like all the people that hate like the fact that like drag stars will read to kids are the same people that would be stoked if like WWE stars read to kids, which are like the same people.
Yeah, literally. I mean, there is not the line between drag and wrestling is very thin.
Yeah, that's a really thin line.
Nerds, like,
and I also think like what I always find funny is like those same parents or people that have concerns are like parents, whatever you call yourself.
Moms.
Moms and dads. No, they're also taking their kids to like Hooters when they turn 13. Like, yeah, that's my son. And how is that not worse, I guess? But you know, what do I know? I'm just a gay boy.
I think people like, they don't understand that like drag isn't like a sexual thing in here. Like it's fun. It's a fun, like I'm wearing a costume and I'm being funny.
I think let me say, like, I think that there is the case to be made that some drag is not for kids. Like I will say, like most of the drag that I am doing is directed towards like adults, like weirdos, like perverts, whatever. Not just kidding, not perverts.
But like it's not really the drag part of it. It's just you're doing like inappropriate thing that you would do to a kid.
And I like I've done like drag brunches that were all ages, and like every performer knows, drag or not, you know that like if your audience is obviously going to be made up of like younger people, you change what you're going to do like to suit that. So like I wouldn't do the same performances at an all ages drag brunch that I'm going to do at like Mad Swede at 11 o'clock on a Saturday. Like two different audiences, and I understand that. And like, you know, I just think the idea that doing drag is any worse for kids than like PG-13 rated movies or like any shit you're going to see basically downtown Boise on a Friday night. Like I've seen crazier shit just walking to my apartment. I promise you.
Oh no, I agree fully. And I think like it's mostly just about like getting people to go to shows and see it for themselves, you know, like, because once someone goes to a drag show, they're like, oh my God, that was so fun. Holy shit.
It's so different than what you think, especially someone who's never seen it, has no idea. Yeah, come out to a show. I mean, I dare you. Like, you might be surprised.
Well, I think if you don't like drag, the only way I'll like hear that out is if you also don't like any movie ever made, ever. Or any kind of entertainment where
or like cheerleaders.
Yeah, like it's all pretend.
It's all bullshit, and it's all just entertainment. I think bottom line, if you can't kind of walk into it with like, you know, I guess what I see a lot of people doing is like they're sort of trying to make it out to be something. They're acting in bad faith is what I'm trying to say. If you come at it with like, you know, understanding that this is all bullshit and this is all fantasy and campy, and we're not like actually, you know, women on stage, like that we're right, shocking, I know. But if you can just kind of, you know, suspend this like judgment that seems to kind of permeate a lot of it, I think then you can have fun. And why not? See, exactly. Come on, Creed.
Yeah, dude. You ever had like anything go wrong in a show? Like maybe someone just fucking tries to swing at you or something, or like,
oh my God, yes. Several things. I mean, I've done drag in like McCall. I've done. It's like in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Oh.
Do you really know where it is? Or no?
Yeah, I've like driven through it. Maybe
it's like forestry. It's like so. It's like oh my God, what? I don't know. It's like north of here in the middle of fucking nowhere. And everyone there is either really fucked up and ready to party or like scary conservatives.
We went to high school there, didn't we?
Oh, no. Are you kidding?
I was going to say, that sounds so familiar.
I was like, wait, is he fucking with me? No, yeah. So McCall, yeah. So you would know.
I thought you were like fucking with, like maybe you guys talked about being from McCall.
I had no idea. No. So yeah, McCall's weird. So you should know. Yeah. But it was fun. I mean, yes, things have gone wrong. I've had people throw quarters at me, and so I made it part of the joke. I kind of was like, yeah, if you want to throw quarters at me, like, make sure you hit me, you know, like, because I want the money. I've had drunk women just, like, want to be a part of the show and not get it that they're not, and, like, literally, like, a lady, like, wouldn't let go of me, and I was, like, trying to just move on, and in those moments, I kind of freeze, because I don't want to push someone or, like, get crazy, but I'm like, what the hell do you do? Like
WWE?
Yeah. Just like elbow her in the face. But yeah, pretty much you never know what you're going to get, especially at a bar when people have been drinking and some people just don't know what the etiquette is but I just roll with it. Like it's pretty much improv.
How much of your do you have like an act? Or I know you change it depending on what, but do you have like a general kind of act that you do? And is it like kind of choreographed, or is a good chunk of it improvised?
I would say I have a character that I have created, like just in terms of like how I move. I have sort of like basic choreography that I do for different numbers. I'll learn stuff if it's something that I can't dance for shit, so everything I do is like I say choreography. It's like a man just moving with like I'm big. I'm fucking usually a little drunk. No, I'm just kidding. But I would say that mostly it's improv. Yeah, a lot of it is like you get in there, you have a plan of what you think you want to do. I try to just be as funny and goofy, and I try to be as reactive to the crowd. You can find shit that you can't practice by just doing it, and like the way that someone wants to play off of you, and you can find something funny with that you wouldn't normally find. But yeah, a lot of it's just bullshit. Yeah.
How long does it take you to do all your drag makeup and everything?
So like when I first started, it was like 4 hours, just because I would like I had no idea what I was doing. I have no experience with makeup. I was basically like watching YouTube tutorials and trying that and like seeing what happened. But now it's been 5 years, and I've gotten to the point where I can like last week I did a pool tournament in drag, and it took me like an hour and 15 minutes because I was just like, let's roll through it. Yeah. So it's gotten easier and quicker, but I mean, I could spend hours if I wanted to just like mess around and didn't have anything to do. So it just depends.
I've fantasized a lot about like what my drag name would be and what I would do, blah blah blah. No, is there like a thing, like things to like avoid when choosing a drag name, or is it just kind of let it rip? Like, do you want to like have your name in the thing? Or...
I would say, I mean, there are queens or performers that do have like their actual name. I would say personally, when I'm looking at what I think is a good or a bad drag name, I think anything that's like has a pun involved or a play on words is usually a go-to. Well, the things I don't like are when like drag queens want to be like Bianca DeVille Nouveau, like something that's like somehow like a princess, like some sort of
cunty name.
Yeah, something that's like too like self-serious. Yeah. I think the best drag names are funny and stupid, and I mean that's CookiePuss sounds like bullshit. So yeah, that's what I go to. But there are plenty of people that are like, like ridiculous names that you would hear from like a Utah mom. Like what she named her kids, like Braxley, Jaden. Like something that has no joke.
Jedediah.
Yeah, Jedediah. I would live for that, actually.
Jedediah Straits.
Yeah. Yes, there you go. Hey, that's a candidate.
How about Max with 3 X's?
I think there probably is. I bet there is one already, Max with 3 X's. Is that what you were thinking of?
It was one of them,
Yeah, that's a good one. It's a good start. I have a notes list on my phone of like ones I think of.
Yeah.
I'll give you some.
When it comes to like booking drag shows at venues and stuff here in Boise, like, is it really hard, or do you mostly just go like to the balcony because they are like a regular spot, or are you trying to get into like other venues and like out? And have you done like a lot out of state or anything like that? I guess like what's your process like that look like?
So up until recently, it was like the balcony was the majority of my bookings. So I mean, like Pengilli's is a place that I've gone to a few times to perform at. I actually will hit venues up and be like, "Are you in?" Because I produce shows too, so I'll like just kind of email, and like I emailed Humping Hannah's about the pool tournament, and they were just like, "Yeah, go do whatever you want." So most of the time, people are super cool with it, and if you just hit them up, I've had a lot of like positive reaction. Some places are like, "No, not at all," and like you just It's not shocking in a place like Idaho to get that. That's usually what I'm expecting. I'm more shocked when people are like, hell yeah, like let's do something.
Yeah.
But I've reached out to like places in Meridian. I used to do a show out in Meridian, a monthly show at a bar that I don't think exists anymore. I've done shows in Nampa, and then I have performed in Utah a few times. I just know a lot of performers there, and so if something comes up, they'll like reach out. I've done Oregon. Oregon, Utah, Idaho. That's pretty much it. Yeah. I've done like Twin Falls, like small towns in the middle of nowhere. Yeah.
Shit, yeah, dude.
I'll do anything for $1, to be honest. So
All right, the next one. What's like, if you had just all the budgets figured out, all of the logistics for what's like a dream production for you to put on?
okay. So I've always had this goal in mind of doing like a one-woman show, a one-person show where it's just like 90 minutes of like kind of a story. Because I've previously done shows that were sort of like a really like elevated, ridiculous, exaggerated version of like my story of coming out and stuff, trying to kind of translate that into something funny because it was like, fucking horrible. And so like trying to make it funny and tell a story. That's what my goal is ultimately. So I would love to do like a ridiculous one-woman production that's like 90 minutes full out, just me like see if I can do it, like all that, just basically me on stage the whole time, which is crazy. And I've seen people do it and not do it very well. So it'd have to be like really thought out. Yeah.
Tit, boom.
Hey, that's a name. That's a title.
Just a cock monologue.
Yes, exactly. See, you've got it. I got to hire you. Help me write this.
I don't know. I appreciate the culture a lot. It's a lot of fun.
It is fun.
I feel like there's, I don't know. I do a lot of theater and that kind, the acting thing, and they're all the same.
And comedy too. There's so much intersectionality with comedy and like stand up. And I've actually reached out to you about doing stand up. That's something that fucking scares the hell out of me, but I've wanted to do it for so long. I feel like I don't know. That seems so much scarier than being in drag to me. I don't know why it just does.
What if you did it in drag?
Yeah.
That would be, maybe that would be more comfortable, honestly.
That's kind of what I was thinking when you would hit me up. Is
Yeah.
like you would come out and do it like as CookiePuss.
I think that would be probably a lot easier to get into and a lot easier for the audience to kind of like buy in. Yeah. Because like I don't find myself particularly funny as JD. Like it's just kind of like, lame ass dude, but Cookie's okay.
I think you haven't been a lame ass dude, JD.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks.
What do you do when you're not doing drag? What's just the day to day?
I work at a bagel shop, so that's
Sick.
fun. Yeah, I manage a bagel shop part time. I walk my dog constantly because she's just like relentless about it. And she needs a lot of attention. Her name is Lady Gaga. And
Sick. That's
yeah,
awesome.
she takes after her mother in that regard.
Is that you? Or
I guess pick one. Yeah, me too. I'm kind of like that. No, I also, it sounds fucking lame, but I work out a lot. I lost like 60 pounds.
Nice.
Last year. Yeah, so I've just been
super lame, dude.
Yes, I know. How lame is
Shit.
that? I hate going to the gym, but now I do it every day. Yeah, so there's that. I honestly am trying to like reach out to more clubs, like in my spare time, trying to find ways that I can like make connections to try and produce different shows. I've been super interested in comedy. Like that's really what I go towards anyway. And so, yeah, like literally writing emails. I'm trying to start like a queer sports league in Boise.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just do lots of random
That sounds
shit.
fun.
Yeah. And then I go hiking.
Sick.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah.
I think we all go hiking.
I mean, it's Boise, so
Yeah.
It's the pastime around here.
yeah.
How long or like how hard did you pursue acting and stuff until?
I moved to Los Angeles. Like I was living here in Boise until like 2015. I did like community theater. I was in like Rocky Horror Show. I did like a Blue Cross of Idaho commercial. I did Jensen Jewelers commercial, like a Vista Pond commercial. I was in all these local commercials. I thought that I was like really like picking up gigs, and so I was like, why not go to LA? I was like, I got a shot. Why not? I have nothing to lose. Didn't have a car. Had no money. I just moved to Los Angeles. And it didn't work out at all. So I was there for like 8 months and didn't get anything. I like auditioned twice. Like I felt when you go to LA, you feel like nothing special. You go from like feeling like you're getting somewhere locally, and then you move there and you're like, oh fuck, like everybody's so much further ahead than me. Yeah. So I was there for like 8 months and then moved to Salt Lake City. did a few things there, just like commercial stuff, and that's pretty much, then drag came around, and so that's been it. Yeah.
Were you in Salt Lake living there when COVID happened, or were you back here in Boise?
I had just moved back here, so I
Okay.
literally was living in Salt Lake, moved back to Boise, and then it was within 6 months that COVID hit. Yeah, so I had no time to do anything basically, but drag.
What a drag.
Yeah, what a drag.
What's your favorite musical?
Oh my God, I hate musicals.
Damn.
I'll be honest. Sorry, I'm a bad gay. I would say, wait, what was
Rocky Horror?
I mean, Rocky Horror is an obvious answer. Yes, that I would say definitely that one's my favorite. I watched Wicked the movie, not the musical. I mean, I guess they're both musical, but I didn't watch the Broadway. But I like Wicked was fine. It was decent. But overall, yeah, I don't know. What's your favorite musical?
Singing in the Rain.
Oh, so you have okay. So fuck, I'm a bad gay. I told you.
I'm a bad straight.
See, I know. You seem like maybe a bad straight because you like musicals.
Yeah, I'm a very curved straight guy.
Curved straight.
Yeah. What was I gonna say?
Do you have a favorite musical?
Yeah, it's the 2004 SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
That's so specific.
Wow.
I love it.
I think it technically qualifies as a music. There's some
There's
songs in it.
multiple numbers. Yeah, it's definitely a musical.
Sounds great.
It is great. You
I need to watch Singing in the Rain.
You should watch it on Shrooms if you can.
Oh yeah, sure. I need to get some of those.
Yeah. You have a favorite movie then?
Favorite movie? Oh my God. When I was a kid, I used to say Garden State, and then I realized that's so lame. It's such a bad movie.
Garden State?
Have you seen it?
It's
with Zach Braff.
What's it
And
about?
Natalie Portman. So Zach Braff's dad dies, and so he goes home to Jersey to go to his funeral, and then meets this weird chick, Natalie Portman's character. Huh. It's not a good movie. I thought it made me seem kind of quirky,
and cool as a kid.
Yeah. Okay. In high school, I would say now. Have you ever seen Death Becomes Her?
No, but
it's a 90s movie, Goldie Hawn, Meryl Streep. They play two ladies that both drink the Fountain of Youth thing, and then they try to kill each other. It's hilarious.
That sounds fun.
Great movie. You should watch it.
Sounds great.
Yeah. Recommend.
Fuck yeah. All right. If you had a doctor and a chef, and the doctor is there do you eat meat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So the doctor is there to cut off a little piece of you. Not enough to it's going to heal up, it's going to be fine. It's just to get a little chunk of whatever piece of you want off of you. Okay. And then he takes that maybe $50 size, gives it to a chef. He prepares it in the best way to eat people. Would you try yourself?
Yeah. Why not? Why not? I wouldn't try anyone else. I'll say that. Yeah. I would not try another person's meat, but I would eat my own. Why not? Fuck it. Just curious. Why? Of course, it seems like you would, right? Is that? Yeah. Would you as well?
I said no initially, and I think I'm gonna walk that back and say yes now because it's not. When he first asked me, we hadn't asked that many people, and it really just rubbed me the wrong way. Yeah. The question, I think I just thought too far into it. I was like, no, that's gross. That's still it's me, but it's still people. You're still eating people at the end of the day.
I bite my fingernails,
but I eat my dead skin right. Off. I don't care. Yeah,
I feel like I've done worse. Maybe not worse, but yeah.
Some people have swallowed cum. That's people.
Well, yeah. See, I've done that.
That's true.
So okay. So I guess I'm already a cannibal.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Just imagine if it tasted better.
I think it would. I would really want to be involved in the prep. I would want to see it being prepared. I would want the seasonings to be right. We gotta season this.
True.
Maybe spend a few weeks eating the right diet to make
right.
Sure you got a good slab off of you or
and
something.
Marinate it right. I don't want. I guess if I could have a choice, I would not want to be able to taste the human part, or I would want to. I would want to be taken into the flavors.
That makes sense.
I've heard people has kind of a porky taste.
You've heard this?
Yeah,
I feel I've also heard
when
that.
You go past where they cremate people, a lot of times it smells like bacon, kind of.
No way.
We're a bunch of piggies.
I guess I'm kind of in then, and in that case, yeah, I'm definitely do it. Yeah, why not? Yeah. Maybe I'll just go home and do it.
Crispy CookiePuss.
Yeah, crispy CookiePuss. That's on the menu.
well, cool. I'm pretty content.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you do any sports? Moving on.
Yeah, I play pool. Like I did a pool tournament like last Thursday. I don't play well, but I play a lot. Like for some reason I've just become like so suckered into playing pool. I used to play baseball a lot in high school and then like outside of high school, but I was again terrible. I had my nose broken like 3 times by
What?
balls to the face.
Did you just?
I leaned into it. No.
I got it.
Just,
all right.
I'm really bad at coordination, yeah, but I like to play.
Did you grow up here in Boise?
I grew up in a place called Arco, Idaho.
Arco?
Yeah, fucking middle
I
of nowhere.
actually don't know where that is.
I don't know where that
Usually
is
people
either.
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you know where like Idaho Falls is,
Yeah.
or like Craters of the Moon,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like literally like 11 miles away from Craters of the Moon National Park.
Okay.
Like super small town, like 800 people, something like that. I was like the only gay person in my whole town. Well, the only out gay person, I should say. Yeah. You know, pretty traumatizing.
Yeah, that sounds hard.
Yeah. Love it. Love going back. It's great.
Did you grow up like very religious?
Not really. No. I mean, like my grandma was like the kind of Baptist that's like Harry Potter's the devil and like wouldn't let us like watch Smurfs and like crazy shit like that. But my mom and my dad were not religious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of Mormons in Arco?
Yes.
It's
So
very
everyone else was Mormon. Yeah. And like I ended up like in high school, went to like seminary just to like try to fit in and see what it was like. And I was like, oh, this shit's crazy. Sorry,
Yeah.
like no offense. Are you guys Mormon?
No.
Okay, good. Yeah, because I was like, oh wow, okay.
No, but all of our viewers are.
Just saw semen in the name. Nope. What's next for CookiePuss, dude?
What is next?
Cook pussy. What's
Pussy cook. That's a great fucking question. So in June I have like a bunch of Pride stuff lined up. I'm actually like, this is not official, but I'm in talks to do like some really like small town prides, like to kind of headline. They're like in the middle of nowhere because they need a lot of help. Like there's some towns that are like in the shit. Like Boise's, you know, like we deal with stuff here, but small town Idaho, it's terrifying, like genuinely terrifying what they go through. And so I've kind of been asked like to maybe be a part of some of that. And so I'm like, let's do it. Like I want to go out and make some fucking trouble. So do that. I don't know. I'm trying to move. I think that like, unfortunately, I love Idaho. Been here most of my life. Love Boise. We are entering like uncharted territory in terms of the way that things are being legislated and just the way that people are being treated now. I've just noticed like in my own life a drastic change for the worse recently. And it's got me feeling like maybe now's the time. Like I'll always be an Idahoan, I guess, for better or worse, but like, yeah, maybe time to like move to a place where people don't hate me.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Reasonable.
But I'll always be doing drag. No matter where I'm going, yeah, drag will always be a part of it.
Fuck yeah. I learned that so Idaho has an Atlanta. There's
Atlanta, Idaho.
Maybe I learned it's like no. No, I learned it's like one of those where like they will run out, like actually like chase people out of town.
Sure.
Like even like just people that don't live there. Like it
Right.
doesn't really matter who, they just hate anyone that's not them.
Idaho's like that. I
Yeah.
mean, like you see the thing with Californians where like people think it's a joke, but like some Idahoans have a deep-seated hatred for like Californians that like they would like physically assault them over it.
I've noticed like a lot of times too, though, is like the people that bitch the most about Californians moving to Idaho are the Californians that have already moved to
They
Idaho.
just moved a little bit before. The
Yeah,
other
like they
person,
maybe moved like 5 years ago and they're like, I came here.
They're giving them a bad name too, I guess, right? Yeah, it's like making it worse. Yeah, but they're not very welcoming. Everyone says that Boise is such a welcoming place. I don't know. I don't know about that.
There's some welcoming people, for
Sure.
sure, but yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Atlanta.
Yeah, where is it? Sorry, where is it?
I think it's somewhere like southeast Idaho.
That would fit. Yeah, that makes sense.
We're in Atlanta. Fuck, I forgot. Do you have a question?
No, I know.
Okay. Fuck, dude, just How's it going?
It's great. I mean, it's fine. I shouldn't say it's great. That's like my instinct reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Trump sucks. Is that okay to say on this
Yeah,
podcast?
that's fine.
We are an
that.
alt-right
Yeah.
podcast for sure,
Oh,
but we're
wow. Well,
we are very open to.
to other opinions.
That's how alt we are. Is we're like open to listen.
That's
Like,
crazy. Wow, I
if
love
you go
that.
right, eventually you'll end up on the
It's
left.
a circle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the political climate's crazy as hell right now. It just seems like fresh hell every day. But sometimes it seems like the best art gets created. I know that sounds like cliche bullshit, but like it has kind of struck me that like art kind of thrives in this atmosphere, and I feel more inspired, honestly, than ever to like really push the boundaries, because I'm like, people already hate me in this state. Like conservative people, you know, people that don't like drag, I'm already like pissing so many people off. So I used to want to try and like build bridges and try to like, you know, see where they're try to relate in some way. And now I absolutely don't care. Like I don't want to relate to people that don't like me. I don't want to try and like appeal to conservatives. I would rather like go as far in the other direction as I can without getting arrested, I guess. And like, so that's where my art is now. I'm like trying to like piss people off, and I think it's working. So,
All right. Fair
yeah.
I mean,
think that's
as
fair.
long as you're like being true to yourself, I suppose, and yeah, then
Yeah.
fuck yeah. I remember what I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
It was about, do you ever see like people with rental cars and they have a sign on the back of it that says like, it's a rental, I'm from here?
Totally.
Just fucked me or
Oh
whatever.
yeah. I mean, I see people that are like, what does it say? Like it's California place, but like we just moved, or like we're gonna. It's like people. Like I said, people are terrified.
Yeah.
I've also seen a lot of Tesla owners that are trying to like,
Like, I bought it before.
disguise their car, yeah, or like
Or they're just changing
apologize.
Yeah, I've seen like a bunch of Model 3s like putting like Hyundai,
Like
like
Audi, yeah, they're like really trying. They're trying to trick people, and it's not working.
I work at a car place, and a lot of times we work with like car dealers. So like if your car was in the shop, I'd come get you and get you a car while yours is in the shop, sort of thing. And we work with one of the few body shops now that work on Teslas. And whatever you think about the car, fine, but like the people that drive them are generally all the same. Like it's 80% of the people, like the reason their car is dented or whatever is they'll say like, what happened? And they're like, well, normally it backs up into the charging thing on its own, and this time it just kept going.
Oh, weird.
And I'd be like, you shouldn't rely on the self-driving thing should be like a, you know, in case of emergency sort of thing.
It's a guiding light.
Yeah.
It's not like your only
It's
thing.
made people so lazy and like ignorant to like just how dangerous it is to drive a car.
It's pretty scary.
Yeah, I met one guy who he had a Tesla, and he said he bought like these magnets that you can put on the steering wheel to like trick the car into thinking that you're holding onto the wheel. And he was like, yeah, dude, I'll drive from like here to Phoenix and I won't touch the steering wheel one time. And I'd be like, you shouldn't tell me that.
No,
That's so scary.
you shouldn't admit to that at all. I don't think, in general,
Get a lot of reading done. It's
that just makes me look so much differently at every Tesla I see on the road.
yeah.
Like, holy shit.
I want to get the fuck away from those.
It's terrifying. All right, cool.
anyway.
I'm so excited to drive home.
Right. Keep your head on a swivel.
I always do.
I will say it felt really good. It didn't feel good, but it did in here at work. I got rear-ended in a car. I was in a car that had California plates on it, and I got hit by somebody with like an Idaho 2C license plate. And I was like, ha, you're no better.
Yeah.
Like you're all California. Like, yeah, you're mad at nothing.
The great equalizer.
Yeah, you're mad at people that act like you. I guess you're scared that people will treat you the way you live.
That's Idahoans in a bubble. Like, in a nutshell, that is it. Yeah, exactly. They're afraid of people that treat them like they would treat them.
What do you do to be happy? What's your pick-me-up? What's your first cup of coffee, metaphorically, in the morning? Unless that's your thing that makes you happy.
I mean, yeah, coffee makes me functional for sure. That's definitely like the first thing. Coffee or like Celsius, whatever energy source I can find. Yeah, that's gonna kill me someday.
That sounds cool. Like batteries, and
Celsius.
shit.
Yeah.
Stand in the sun.
Yeah, I just stand in the sun usually. No, I wake up and like put on Oh, that sounds so gay. I put on like Lady Gaga's new album or whatever and like fucking rock out just to get myself into like, all right, I gotta go deal with people all day.
That is gay, but correct.
Yeah, it's gay and correct. Two things can be true.
You were right and gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that. Honestly, I have a dog and she needs to get walked all the time, and so I walk my dog in the morning.
What kind of dog is it?
She's a border collie mix, and so it's just like endless energy.
That's for her.
Oh my god. Every bit goes to Lady Gaga, honey, in one way or another.
Oh my god.
You know what? You look. I like your pants.
Hey,
Oh,
wow,
I got
we're handing
one
out
too.
dollars.
Let's
Oh my
go.
god. You
Holy
definitely need to come to my
shit.
show next weekend. Seriously, throw some dollars.
What day is it on?
It's on Sunday.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Sunday night. It's free
Where's it at?
at Pengillies. Sunday
Right,
Night
you're saying
Follies.
Up in Gillies. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
All right, yeah.
cheap drinks.
I think I'm free Sunday. That should work.
I'll be in Georgia.
All right.
Oh wow, what are you going to Georgia for?
I'm going for. I work for a company that puts on bicycle races, and we do that in Georgia.
That's not what I was expecting. Wow, cool.
Yeah, so I go to Georgia like 4 or 5 times a year to put on a bicycle race. And
Hell yeah.
Very different Atlanta over there.
yeah,
Sure,
I'm doing comedy like 4 days in a row while I'm there too.
Oh, so you're like doing both.
Mhm.
Sick.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I got shows on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday
Full
all
time.
next week.
Damn.
Do you have a favorite performer?
Like here or in general? Just anywhere
Both.
in life?
A local one, and then just like a
Local and then
famous
big, like
or-
US. So locally, yeah, Vice, like I said, she's the one that did the Dr. Pill show. That was like one of the first drag performers I saw, and I was like, oh my God, because she's so weird. She's like, you know, she's one of those people that pushes the boundaries of like what are people are like comfortable with or what's gonna piss people off. So that to me was super inspirational. Yeah, that was part of why I started drag. I saw her right before the pandemic and I was like, she's fucking dope. And then like big picture drag performer, I would say Alaska Thunderfuck is one. She won Drag Race. She's amazing. That was a big inspiration. And then yeah, like Lady Gaga's my gay answer, I have to say. Like, you know, like literally just life and drag inspirational. I mean, she's doing it. She's the one.
She's good.
She is good.
She knows what's up.
T.
Did you see the SNL 50th concert or anniversary concert?
She did Dick in a Box, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I did. Yeah.
That was
she's
so
funny.
good. Fuck, what's the other? Did you ever watch Glee? Oh, okay.
Yeah, kind of. Did you? Were you a Glee person? You're a Gleek?
I got into it very late. I didn't get into like musicals or thespian-y anything until like after high school and
Yeah.
everything. But I had a musical theater director who turned me on to Glee, and I only got I got as far like 4 or 5 seasons up to where the cast members started dying in real life.
Right.
The show's cursed. Like, yeah, it's very sad behind the scenes,
Yeah.
whatever. But
Like how many people had died in that? Like 2, right? Or 3?
2 like cast members,
like
and
main
then-
cast members, yeah.
3 actually. Finn, Naya, and Puck. Right. Well,
Holy
he's a
cow.
Really?
that's a questionable. But then there were like camera crew that yeah, you know.
Yeah. Forgot about
mhm. There's a different CP CookiePuss.
that. Oh my god.
The point is, there's an episode where Leah Michelle and Adina Menzel, I believe, sing Paparazzi.
Yes.
And
I am familiar with that. Yeah.
all right, cool.
Yes. Oh yeah. God. I did watch the Lady Gaga Katy Perry episode, right? Wasn't it where they were like facing? I was like Roar versus Applause or
I
whatever.
think so.
It was during
yeah.
that period of time when they were like pitting them against each other. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I am that gay. So yes.
What's a hobby you want to get into?
I went snowboard. Like I used to snowboard when I was in high school, and then I didn't do it for literally until like this winter. And went snowboarding at Bogus like 2 months ago, and I was like, I could do this every day. This seems like so much fun. I'm terrible at it, but yeah, I would love to like buy a snowboard and go snowboarding. That seems like fun and cool. I don't know if I'm that cool, but I would like to be.
You look like a
You got the
snowboarder.
beanie.
Do I?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I'm cosplaying as like straight boy today, so
Kinda, yeah. Good job. Yacht club or something.
I'm pulling it off. Wow,
Yeah.
cool.
See you at the docks, dude.
Hell yeah.
You got any cool fun facts that you've heard recently? Like,
Oh God, cool fun. Something that fascinates me, and I don't know if this is cool or fun, but your nose and your ears never stop growing. Do you know that?
I heard your earlobes. I didn't know about your nose either.
Your nose never stops growing. Yeah, and that's so depressing. Because I don't want to have a big nose. It's inevitable.
How much does it really grow?
My grandpa's nose was so big, and I have to believe it wasn't always like that. I don't know. Might not be possible.
Okay. Well.
Like how big?
Like really, like abnormally big. Like I think he had sinus problems or something.
Oh boy.
But I also remember just being terrified. Like, oh my God, I don't want my nose to look like that.
Everyone just dies as an elephant.
Yeah. Yes, you live long enough to become an elephant. Isn't that how the saying goes?
I think, yeah, you either die with normal sized ears and noses with proportional, whatever the word, like a phalange, but for these, whatever those are.
Yeah.
Proboscises.
Oh, is that it?
I don't know. I know that's what a mosquito or butterfly is.
Yeah,
like,
that
thing
sounds
is.
right.
I have no idea what any of those things are.
Yeah. What were we talking about?
Big
Your
nose.
ears and nose.
Yeah, big
Yeah,
ears.
you live long enough or you die an
Huge
old elephant.
nose.
I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
That's
yeah.
right.
Just
That's right.
That was my grandpa, yeah.
yeah. R.I.P.
R.I.P. Forrest.
If you go to his grave, you can see the tip of his nose sticking out of the
Truly,
ground.
yeah, they couldn't fit it in the casket.
They had to cremate him a little bit longer.
Jesus.
Anyways, let's see. Do you have any like cool like if someone was a fan, what should they Google and look up to just get your cliff notes?
Get like my vibe, like my shtick.
Straight up.
30 Rock is like I said, like Tina Fey and Saturday Night Live back in the day when I was really young, it kind of lost its funny, I think, along the way. But maybe everyone thinks this, when I was younger, it was so much funnier.
I think
to me.
everyone's favorite cast members are the ones that were there when they were in teenagers.
I
Like,
feel
everyone
like-
loves SNL from when they were in high school.
Younger, yeah.
I heard someone make kind of a argument like where people are saying like SNL's not funny anymore. Like when I was younger, it was great, and
Yeah.
it's because the show's made to appeal to like 18 to 30.
I agree.
Mhm.
And I feel like once a lot of people get like near the end or out of that, then yeah, it's not going to be as funny. Like a lot of it is kind of hack, but to a late teenager, the shit's hilarious.
And it can be kind of like formative. I
Yeah.
feel like for me, like I said, like a lot of the comedy I saw during my youth, like Sherry O'Terry, like Molly Shannon, Amy Poehler, Tina Fey, all those people, especially women comics for some reason, like have really influenced what I try to do in drag. Like I cannot take any of it seriously. I think that for me, it's all about like being stupid and funny. And so, yeah, like a lot of my influence is like SNL, Mad TV back in the day. It was like really, probably like none of it reads today. I'm sure it's all probably like horrible to watch back.
Yeah.
But like at the time, it was hilarious. And yeah, I just don't take anything seriously at all. So anything like that is my go-to.
Did you see the new Mean Girls?
No. Should I have?
Yeah. It had its moments, I think, but
I couldn't
got a
get
lot of
past the fact that it was
cast
like a movie made into a musical, made into a movie of the musical. I'm like, wow, fuck.
yeah, it was. I liked some part. I think if you weren't familiar with Mean Girls and the story, it would be kind of confusing because
Totally.
it definitely had the pacing of a stage play where
Yeah.
like there would just be times where kind of like a random group of 3 or 4 people would jump out from under a desk and kind of like a Greek chorus in Legally Blonde that where they all kind of Greek chorus and then kind
Yeah.
of just like it works on stage, but when you see it in a movie, it's kind of like I get it's all kind of fantasy, but they could have done a little something.
It's a little too
Different.
like meta for me.
Yeah,
I feel like,
but-
I don't know.
There were still funny parts in it. The cast was awesome. But
Tina Fey, I'll try anything with Tina Fey. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean, if you watch like The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, that
a
show's
good
so
show.
funny.
Mm-hmm.
Tina Fey's got a lot. She like executive produces
she's
like
so
18
good.
shows. Yeah.
she's
She's
really,
so
really
good.
talented. Yeah, she has some really good like autobiographies and stuff. She's such a good
Smarty
good
Pants.
everything.
Isn't that
Whatever
what I
she
think-
does, that's I think that's one of
Yeah.
them. Yeah. Yeah, she's the real deal. Her and Amy, they're both so talented.
I agree.
So like the thing you said though that I watched like this long video about like how SNL's like humor has kind of changed over the years and stuff. And like a lot of the people that you mentioned, like Amy and Tina and Molly Shanahan, they're all like Second City people,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Which is like character-based improv.
Yep.
And then like a lot of the newer cast members are more out of Groundlings,
Totally.
which is more like try to make the situation as crazy as you, and
Situational
less like
improv.
and less character based. And so I think like that style like of just like how the show is styled, because they used to have all these like reoccurring sketches with like these characters that would like come, like the Californians and MacGruber and like the little baby hand lady that fucking Kristen Wiig would play, right? Like
Yeah.
all these people that come
Junius
in
or whatever her
yeah,
name is,
yeah,
And
all
I'm
these people that come in all the time, and then like now I can't think of a single reoccurring character at all and I watch SNL still pretty
Same. Yeah.
consistently, and like I watch the weekend updates at least, and like there's no, even their characters that they're bringing in, like the best characters that they bring in my opinion, to like talk as like where they used to bring in Stefan and stuff. Like I think it's better when they just bring in like the straight up cast member and they just do a stand up
I agree.
routine, right? Like that's
Yeah.
my favorite, versus like them trying to do like some like, oh, this is this person, but like then Drunk Uncle comes in, for the 50th, and it's like one of the best ones ever. And so like
It seems like a
it's
lot
just
of their
different styles.
a lot of it. It seems like they have sort of reached more towards like social media. Like a lot of like who Chloe Fineman I think was on like social media before she got casted. Sarah Squirm. I used to follow her before she got on SNL. I think like they're looking more towards like what reads online for SNL, because so much of it is just like these little skits that are now on YouTube basically, versus people watching it live.
Totally. And that like started with like, Andy Samberg and like their digital shorts and stuff
was
like
it The
that.
Lonely
Yeah, the
Island?
Lonely Island
Yeah.
guys and stuff. And
There's also like a lot, like back then also, like it was a lot easier for SNL videos and stuff to go viral because they were like the only comedy,
That was it.
like the, that kind of themed comedy. And not saying they don't still have like a moment or two, but even for such a big comedy empire that they have, like it's still, there's so much out there that it's hard to like have something kind of get traction to where they can have like a reoccurring character
I agree.
that like everyone kind of knows and loves.
And it also, just from like, like a fan watching, it does seem like the showrunners maybe, or just like this, the network has gotten maybe more conservative with what they let them show, or what like they are. I don't know. It seems, maybe it was just my mindset back in the day. It seemed like they were a little more like perverse, or a little more like explicit, or willing to go there than maybe
Took some
now,
more
but I could be
risks.
wrong. Yeah, it just seems like maybe it's a little bit safer now.
Yeah. I mean, people change, it all changes. And I think, like you said, like with art is kind of in a weird place right now, like with, people being cunts. And then also
Totally.
with like AI and stuff, like there's a lot of things kind of that are pushing art away. And whenever that happens, that's usually when a big artsy revolution happens. And that's
agree.
when people really shine. And then we kind of can make that next step to whatever the next kind of art is, or how we evolve comedically. And I think right now we're just in that transitional
I can see it.
something. Then there'll be a Michelangelo or something that shows up and saves us all.
Oh God, I wish. Let's
Someone
hope.
paints a roof of a church and we're all saved.
That's the future of comedy.
Something. Yep. Something like that. You reading anything fun recently?
I don't read.
Fair enough. All right.
Oof.
Sorry.
All good.
No, actually, I bought so Trixie and Katya are two drag queens. They have like 2 books out. I think it's Trixie and Katya's Guide to Being Fabulous. I could be wrong, but I did buy that, and I do intend on reading it. So at some point, it'll happen.
That's good.
Yeah.
What did I just watch? I never really watched like the RuPaul shows and stuff, but like recently it's still like a RuPaul show, but like a spin-off, like a something stars, like I forgot what it was.
Is it a
but
competition?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was like fun, entertaining, but like fuck, they are all so immature and there's so much drama. They are all such children back there.
A lot of it, and like this is the thing that they can't even say, like the people on the show, it's produced. Like that's the thing, is like they produce the hell out of those shows.
Yeah, I mean, it kept me watching, but like a hate watch. I was
Right.
just like,
Well, they also like, I mean, they get so many submissions from people to be on the shows, and the producers are going through all these submissions, being like, okay, who's the most toxic fucking people we can put together in this house that's gonna make it like easier for us to like, make this show engaging or not. So
and people are like, why do people think drag queens are mean? It's like, because that's all they show.
Also, they are mean. Let's just say that. Let's just say that they're mean. Okay.
It's the same reason hot chicks are mean. Okay?
Exactly, because they can be.
I don't like that. That's right.
That's not fair.
What do we mean do?
I mean, you can get me. I don't know if it like if you can pull it off the same. I don't know.
You can't.
Being like cisgender, white and straight.
No, you can't pull that off. That's just a dick.
Then you're just an asshole.
Like you're not cunty.
No, you're just a dickhead.
Yeah.
Not as fun.
Fucking on fleek. All right, we're getting to our limit.
Oh, do we have a limit? Did we
like
we push it an hour?
Show an hour.
Hey, that was an easy hour. Wow,
Right?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Well, I guess so. I wasn't expecting when I said to like what someone should Google to get your vibe that you would say watch 30 Rock. I meant like your Instagram.
Oh
like,
shit! I'm
but like
sorry.
that was still a phenomenal
Yeah, that was
answer.
great.
Okay, so, yeah, I was thinking like big picture.
Yeah, no,
But,
that's
like
like-
if someone wanted to know about you,
Sure.
yeah, like what's
Yes.
like a website or something.
I wish I had a website again, like lazy drag queen, not super official, but I do have Instagram. It's Cookie COOKIE.PUSSS is my Instagram handle. I have TikTok, but I don't use it, so I guess you can do that if you want. It's also cookie.puss. Facebook, my boy name is JD Hawley. If you want to look me up, I'll add you, whatever. It's mostly just like selfies of me with my top off. So
Nice.
yeah, I am, again, I don't know if I've said this enough, I'm gay. So
make it gay.
honey, I make it gay.
I love it. This was a question I wanted to ask, but you know, it's our show. I'll do what I want. How do you warm up for a show? Like, what do you do
For drag?
Yeah.
I drink heavily. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But like to go to a show or before a show, I get ready, get in face. You do have to stretch no matter what, just because like I have literally come off of a show and like can't move afterward just because you wear heels and stuff. You know, like I'm a big person. Heels are not like easy for me or natural. So yeah, I stretch. I pray. No, I'm just kidding. I don't pray. I pray to the devil. I mean, you really have to get yourself into a fun mood. Like if you are in a shitty mood and you go to a club, everyone reads it and nobody finds that interesting. And that'll immediately turn the audience off of you.
Yeah.
If you come in there and you're pissed off and you're like, give me a fucking drink. Like, yeah. So you gotta be
mean
fun.
on purpose, not like
Be mean as part of the joke. Yeah. Don't be just a shitty asshole. So yeah, I try to hype myself up. I do watch like comedy. I watch like drag comedy or like just comedians in general. I watch a lot of Chelsea Handler. Her kind of dry, or Sarah Silverman. Love her. So anything to get me into like mindset of like being funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, fuck yeah.
That's dope.
Hell yeah.
Well, thanks for coming, and congrats on losing 60 pounds.
Yes.
Thank you.
And yeah, congrats on the future endeavor. I hope you keep at it. This was a hoot. You want to say the last thing as I turn all the things off?
Yeah, thanks for having me, boys. It was so much fun. My name's CookiePuss. If you see me on the street, give me money or high five me. And love ya. Oh my God, I think I got $5. I'm buying a beer. Bye.